The sound.
The sound of the county. And all the music you love. BBC Radio Somerset.
Now, once again, it is time for us to look to the skies and search beyond. You know I love a space story. I watched recently a dramatisation of the Mercury 7 story. Just fascinating. And then Apollo 13 was on the telly. Was that last weekend? It was on the old box. Anyway, astronomers and stargazers around the world will be watching today's solar eclipse. Yeah, we got a solar eclipse. And whilst we can't quite see it from Somerset, many will be checking out the action virtually. And there's actually more to come over the next few days as well. It just gives us the great excuse to get back on the show. Our astronomer from Wales, Josh Dury. Morning, Josh.
Good morning, Claire. How are you and your listeners doing?
Do you know, I think we're all coping. We're all right. Are you? How are things for you this December?
Oh my goodness, I tell you what, mixed emotions is the best way to describe it, Claire. As you just mentioned earlier, the solar eclipse, not being able to be in South America today, where the eclipse is taking place, is rather sobering, but there's ways around it. So today's very special for other reasons.
So just go through is there a type of eclipse that we're talking about here? What's happening?
Today is a very rare eclipse, so it's a total solar eclipse, which means there's only particular places around the world where day will turn to night and where we get to see the sun totally eclipsed by the moon. And some of your listeners will be aware of the eclipse which happened in 1999 in Cornwall. It's exactly the same thing happening again, but this time on the very southern stretch of South America, passing through the borders of Chile and Argentina.
Wow. Okay, so we won't be able to see it from Somerset, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get these pictures. But people are going to be filming this, snapping this all over, aren't they?
Yes, unfortunately not. So we won't be able to see it in Somerset this time, I'm afraid. But this time is really relying on my friends out in South America. So just as a quick shout out, my astronomer friends Vicente Litvak, based in Santiago in Chile, Alexis Trigo, a fellow astrophotographer, and Augustin Nazar-Romano. So we're all hoping today that we'll be able to form a live stream on my Facebook and YouTube channels to witness the event live. So if the weather permits, we'll be able to see the event virtually, so we can all celebrate it together, even though at the same time we can't be together because of the global pandemic.
Do you just have one big giant WhatsApp group with all of these astronomers around the world?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, luckily, because we formed such a network and we're all mad people and take an interest in the night sky. Yeah, there's such an amazing network of people out there. And we were only forming a couple of days ago. We knew it was going to happen, so we wanted to keep in touch with our best prospects of being able to see the event.
And I have to ask before we move on, what is that WhatsApp group called?
Very simply, Total Solar Eclipse 2020.
Love it. Yeah. Love it.
It seems rather apt for the occasion. But
no, it does. Well, I know that, as you say, it's rare for something like this to happen, but December quite a busy month because there's something else happening on the celestial calendar. Is that right?
There is. So on the 21st of December, which is on the winter solstice, we're also going to witness an event which hasn't happened since the year 1623. So this is called the Great Conjunction. So this is when, in this instance, the planets Jupiter and Saturn will be at their closest. So this means that they will form literally, so they'll look like one object in the night sky where they'll be so close. And as I mentioned, this happened in around 400 years ago, only 13 years after Galileo made his first telescope. So in terms of a timescale, this is really exciting. It hasn't happened since then. And you want to be looking really now from any time towards the winter solstice on the 21st, where you'll see a very close conjunction of these two planets. It's well worth a look, just about half an hour after sunset.
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. So will you be able to see, right, for you, I mean, I'm guessing you've got a super duper telescope.
Yes, you should be able to. So, first of all, just so that your viewers are aware, you don't need a telescope to see it visually. It will be there in night sky, weather permitting, towards the southwest. But if you use a telescope, like you mentioned, Claire, you'll be able to see both planets in the same field of view.
Amazing.
And that is so exciting from an astronomical perspective. It's just wow.
No, honestly, I love all of this talk. I really do. Josh, Dury, remind us where people can go to, obviously your Facebook page and your website as well.
Okay, sure thing, guys. So if you want to tune into the eclipse today, please make sure to check out my Facebook and YouTube channels at Josh Dury Photo Media, where I'll be streaming the eclipse live. So for you guys at Radio Somerset, if you want to join in, do so, please.
Yeah,
and also,
it's great.
On socials as well, then that will be at Josh Dury Photo Media.
Brilliant. I look forward to your images, your videos, your pictures. Always a pleasure, Josh. Josh, thank you so much. Josh Dury there, our astronomer from Wales. It's when you start talking about things like this, hasn't happened since 1623.